Dubious ones, welcome back to the channel for some more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Today we are going over my picks for my starter team for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Now, if you're not familiar, we do have a point system for Sparking Zero. So, with our teams here, let's just crush that volume a little bit. We are going to have a limit on what we are able to put on our team. So say if you have a Super Saiyan Gogeta Blue on your team, you're probably not going to be able to stack them with a Jiren, a Hit, a Whis, and a Beerus all on a team because everybody has differing point values. So you have to be ready to either have only 2 or 3 characters on your team if you're going for the super powerful characters, or if you want a balanced team of 5 players, you got to start thinking outside the box on some lower level team members that you can possibly have on your team. So that's what this video is going over. And my first pick on my team for one of those lower level, hopefully costly characters, lower cost characters, is my boy Trunks. Now, first of all, credit to Ozaru as well as Biscuit B23 for the footage I'm going to be using in this video. Links to their channels will be in the description down below. But I'm giving you a little gameplay here that we've got of Trunks. And I'm not talking Trunks from the future, all right? We're not talking the future Trunks from the Super Series. We're talking future Trunks from the Z Series. This is my boy right here, the OG Trunks with a cool jacket, cool gear, cool sword, the purple hair, not the blue hair. This is my Trunks. This is the Trunks I grew up with. This is the Trunks that I fell in love with. And this is one of the reasons. Look how beautiful this looks. Absolutely gorgeous. And I have to assume that this form of Trunks is going to be lower on the costly scale. So he is going to be my number 1 pick for my lower cost players on my team. Get a little bit more looks into some of his ultimates and supers. Here, once again, we have his ultimate. And you're going to see damage values on the characters are going to differ depending on who you're facing, who has more defense and all that kind of stuff. But as you can see, this hit for a solid 14k damage, which is absolutely awesome numbers. For considering it's his first form, he's not even in Super Saiyan yet. That damage number is really good. You can see his combos. They look slick using the sword. I absolutely love it. But here we get to see the beautiful animation. Him going Super Saiyan. This is my boy right here. And I love that you have the alternate costumes, that you can edit their costumes for certain characters, that we can remove the jacket there as well for this attire. We've seen that. It looks very cool. But as you can see, the damage numbers are going to increase now that he's in Super Saiyan form, as well as his attacks change. And look at this ultimate. I mean, how does that not look incredible? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. 18k damage. Looks absolutely stunning. Like, I cannot get over the Unreal Engine 5 is what's got me so hyped for this game because everything looks so crisp, pristine, and beautiful. They put Spike Chunsoft outdid themselves, putting the work in for this game, and all his super attacks, all his attacks to me, oh, I love it. They did my boy Trunks right, and this is why he is the first pick on my team. Now, is it going to be this form of Trunks, or is it going to be this form of Trunks, where we get from the Cell Saga, the Android Saga, when you return, the hair's a little bit longer. I love them both. So for me, it's going to come down to the cost point system, because this Trunks has 2 forms, obviously, of Super Saiyan, so he might cost a little bit more. So depending on the cost breakdown of my teams, I will be switching up whether I'm using this version of Trunks or I'm using the prior version of Trunks that we saw. But either way, they are going to have a spot on my team for sure, because I think they're going to be one of the lower cost members of the team for sure. In comparison to someone like a Brawly, or a Beerus, or a Gogeta, or a Super Saiyan Blue, anybody, I feel like the cost is going to be, I would say several points less for a Trunks. He doesn't fuse with anybody, this version of Trunks, right? There's no adult Goten that this Trunks can fuse with to make a Gotenks. So I feel like he is going to be one of the lesser costly players, but look at these transformations. This looks absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love it with the long hair when he's in this form of Super Saiyan. It's not enough to take down the full ponytail. He still has the long hair. Oh, and in the full Vegeta gear too. Love it. I'm really hoping that you can unlock his regular Trunks clothes though, that we saw from the last version of Trunks, and apply it to this character and vice versa, and be able to put this gear on that Trunks as well. That for me would be awesome. I don't know if we're gonna see it because in the anime we did not see them wearing that gear, right? So I'm hoping this version of Trunks though does get the jacket, the sword, and everything else. Might not get the sword because again he doesn't use it in any of his attacks. So, but like I said, I'm assuming this version of Trunks will cost more points for your team of 5 than the last version of Trunks. So I'll probably be using this one maybe a little bit less because Trunks is meant to be one of my lesser points characters. But look at this ultimate. Look at this. He throws him. I wish he threw him by the tail. I wish he threw him by the tail. If it's a Saiyan that has a tail, that would be awesome. You're finished. Time to end this once and for all. Amazing. Looks gorgeous. Let's get that final transformation in here. Come on, let's see that final transformation. We want to see. Here we go. Super Saiyan Evolved? What is it? 'Cause it's not Super Saiyan 2. It's like Super Saiyan Extra, like version 2. You know, where he gets all super jacked. I love this version. It's very cool. He does do more damage. Again, your damage numbers, when you see them in all the videos, it's hard to tell because everybody has a different defense value. So just like in Xenoverse 2, you'll be doing more or less damage to certain characters. So I will be doing a test once the game releases and we get the pre-release. I will be doing some damage testing between characters and have it balanced, do it always against the same character, so you can really see who has the strongest ultimates and supers in the game. But as we're going to get to see here, the super explosive wave. Here it comes. It's over. Boom. Oh, that animation looks great. But see, only did 11,500 damage there. So again, depending on who you're facing and their defense levels, you're going to do less or more. But that, very, very cool. Next on the list for me, surprising enough, in the same video here, again, shout out to Zaru. Go subscribe to their channel. They've got some great Dragon Ball Sparking Zero content, exclusive content on their channel. Go check them out. But future Gohan is also someone I don't think is going to be costing a lot, but is definitely someone that I always thought was badass. I want him on my team with the one arm from the future. Again, those are the theme. We've got future Trunks on the team from the Z universe, not the Super universe. And then we have his mentor, Gohan, with the one arm. I think it's the first version we've had of Gohan to play as with one arm. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Let me know in the comments down below. But he looks awesome. He's fun. Obviously not as powerful as maybe Teen Gohan going Super Saiyan 2. I love Teen Gohan as well. Like, he's able to go Super Saiyan 2. So he'd be another choice for me for certain teams. But for my first team, I feel like future Trunks from the Z Saga and this Gohan, I don't think they're going to be costing an exorbitant amount. Of course, they're not going to be dealing as much damage, but they look badass. I love this. I think this Gohan looks great. You can see his super attacks. That did quite a bit of damage, 10,000 damage there. To a Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, which I would think would have high defense, high health. But let's see that beautiful ultimate attack. The Super Kamehameha. He's ending this. Whoa, bam! Does he hit? He's going to finish it. It looks like he missed. Oh no, he hit 17k damage. Beautiful. And now we get to see him transform into Super Saiyan. So again, 17k damage, not bad at all for an ultimate. Obviously, we've seen higher numbers from guys like Jiren and those overpowered characters like I've told you about. But this looks awesome. He looks incredible. I'm a big fan of this Gohan. Obviously, never went through the training with his father for the Android Saga in that timeline of Trunks that he comes from. So he does not have the Super Saiyan 2 transformation. But still, one of the coolest characters and having the one arm, I think is just really nice touch. So definitely someone I'd happily have on my first team going in to Sparking Zero. And let's get that fierce combination. He will defeat you. Boom. We're at 7,800 damage, and the one-handed Kamehameha, 19k damage in Super Saiyan form. So you can see that damage bonus you get for being in Super Saiyan. Awesome, awesome stuff. So for me, those are my first two characters. Again, we're going the lower level characters. Now, going into my big boy characters. The big boys that are going to be taking up the most points on my team. Number one, we're looking at Jiren. Jiren is bananas. Again, shout out to Ozaro for all the footage used so far in this video. We're also going to be using some footage from Biscuit 23, B23 at the end here. But I do want to give shout outs again. Links to their channels in the description. Big thanks to them. But we get some beautiful Jiren. He's got his meditation. Vanish. He's going to be doing big boy damage with all of his attacks. He's super, super quick. Jiren being one of the coolest characters in the game, in my opinion. One of my fun starter characters. Definitely going to be on a lot of my teams, depending on his cost. I don't know what Jiren's going to cost, but you've got to imagine he's going to be up there with Ultra Instinct Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, Beerus. He's going to be on that level of the top most expensive characters, which is why I have to find lower level characters to pair him with. We've got some cool attacks. Let's get to see his ultimate coming. Let's just speed it up a little bit so we can get to his ultimate. Even is just his regular attacks. And I love the red. I love the coloring on everything. But yeah, let's see his sparking. Let's see the heat break. So as you can see, he's got crazy combinations. I don't know if that's part of the heat break. I don't think that was. I think that's comboing into this. So I think the beginning damage we saw is just being tacked. I think this ultimate is being tacked on. So I don't think the ultimate by itself is doing 26k damage. I think that was powered up with his attacks, but I don't know. Maybe that's just a super, his ultimate attack really is doing 26k damage. And we remember Ribrianne had some of the most health in defense in all of the Universe 2 characters you could choose. And of course the transformed version, absolutely OP. Very, very strong character. Just his combinations alone. You can see his throw. Doing 2,300 just from a throw. Super attacks doing 10k damage. Now we've got Toppo coming out. Toppo is no one to sleep on either. Especially when he goes into his god form. Absolutely incredible. His God of Destruction form is ultra ego, whatever you want to consider it, is absolutely overpowered and looks incredible as well. So someone I would consider on some future teams as well. But Jiren, ooh, look at that. Beautiful, it missed, but still the attacks, every attack in this game, super ultimate. They nailed it out of the park. It all looks so beautiful, so pretty. Here it looks like he missed with the ultimate there, so we're gonna do it again. Let's see that big ultimate. Omega Heat. Boom, and he's boosting it. So 15k damage. I'm assuming that's because that's all the health he had left. I'm assuming that would do more. So let's see how much it does when someone's got more health. We're gonna see it. Here we go. Well, I missed that. Just want to see how much damage we're doing with that big ultimate. So here we go. You will not stand in my way. Strength is justice. Boom. Okay, so what we saw before was not the ultimate. This is the ultimate. 26k damage. Huge. So 15k, was that just from a super then? That's intense. If that was just from a, that's intense. Anyway, that was some crazy stuff from Jiren. And now finally, we are all looking at my number 4 pick, which is also in this video, being the man, the myth, the legend himself, Hit. Hit is my big number 4. I don't know, with Hit and Jiren on the same team and say future Gohan and Future Trunks from the Z series, I don't know if I'm going to have room for all 4 of those guys, but if I am, best believe this is going to be my 4-man team. So we got Toppo. He's got some good basic attacks. Very nice. All his supers look really cool. We can get to see some of them here. So I don't know if that was one of his supers. That definitely was. I'm guessing that was... I don't know if that was Assassin's Art or Time Skip. That looks like that could be Time Skip. But again, 11k damage from a super. Very nice. I don't know if that was Time Skip Jump Spike or which that exactly was. But now we're getting to see the Time Prison. And this looks... ooh. Oh, so pretty. We didn't get to see it properly there. Are we going to get to see it properly here? Let's get that Time Prison. Nail it. I don't need to see it comboing into it. I just want to see it on its own. Oh, look at that. Look at that animation. Absolutely gorgeous. 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 So, Hit is my number 4. Now, for some reason, I can include a team of Hit, Jiren, and Super Saiyan, or Future Gohan and Future Trunks on my team from the Z Saga. I still have room for one more. If I can fit a 5th on this team and I can fit them, there's no way they're going to let me fit this in. But if they do, Bergamo. My boy Bergamo is going to make many of my teams. So shout out to Biscuit B23 for this footage. It does not look as crisp and as clean as it was taken earlier. I believe this was from, I don't know if it was a Tokyo Game Show, but one of those recording events. But regardless, thanks to Biscuit B23 for this footage, as it was some of the only footage I could find of Bergamo. But look at that, these beautiful attacks. It wasn't just that one. My favorite attack, his ultimate, just looks so awesome, where he pulls out the other wolves. We're going to get to see it in a second, hopefully, here. But again, links to in the description will be for both Ozaru and Biscuit B23's channels. Make sure you go check them out, subscribe to them, as they have some exclusive and some incredible Dragon Ball Sparking Zero content. But this guy right here, and I know I'm going a lot with Universe, what is it, Universe 8? All the guys with, but I definitely love from the Tournament of Power. I really enjoyed these characters, I'm not gonna lie. Dragon Ball Super was something different, and I really did enjoy these few characters. Bergamo just looks cool, right? Like, who doesn't love a Wolfman? Looks pretty cool, taking on Boo here. I really just want to see his ultimate at this point. I'm sure that's going to be at the end here. Oh, did we not get to see it? Did we not get to see it at all? I've seen it in some footage from somewhere. Either way, his ultimate, he pulls out all 3 wolves. Is this it? Are we getting to see it here? So that's very cool for 13k damage. 3, 2, 1. I don't think he pulls it off. I think this goes time up. So this was time up. Very, very sad, but Bergamo does have a very cool ultimate. I'm not sure where I saw it. It was very hard to find footage from for anything for Bergamo. But he has a cool one where he pulls out the 3 different wolves, and they all do a cool multicolored beam. It looks incredible. So Bergamo definitely makes the cut for me if there's enough room on my team to fit Hit, Jiren, Trunks, and Gohan on the same team. If I can also fit Bergamo in there, he's definitely coming on the team. But if not, I would definitely be dropping Bergamo from the team if he's too costly. If for some reason Gohan's overly costly or anything, then he would be the one dropped. But dubious ones. That was my picks for my starter team. Because again, we have to remember, we haven't seen the points for each roster member in the game yet. We don't know how much every character is going to cost to put on your team. But obviously we know the Gogetas of the world, the Jirens, the Beerus's, the Whis, the Ultra Instinct Gokus, the Super Saiyan Blues. They're all going to be very costly characters. So I'm imagining Jiren would probably be, say if there was a 10-point system, or say if it was a 100-point system, I could see Jiren being like a 50-point character, Hit being like a 40 or a 30, right? And then maybe I'd only be able to fit two of those guys, and then like a Trunks or a Gohan being like a 10 or 15, 20-point characters. So we really have to see what the breakdown is of the characters for how you can make, because I've seen teams where you had the full Ginyu Force on there for all five. But, I think Whis, with how broken he is, he should be costing like your whole team's rank or the majority of it. And maybe you can put like a Yajirobe on your team with him or something, like a Whis and Yajirobe team. But if I'm able to get Hit, Trunks, Jiren, Future Gohan, and Bergamo all in one team, you best believe I'm going to be quite excited. Going with the point system. If they allow you to have matches where points don't matter, then yeah, I'm going to have a very different team, obviously. But those are my starting picks. Comment down below in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. What is your starting team? Are you going with the overpowered, just going right away? Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta, Goku, Ultra Instinct, you want to have your fusible Gogetas, like so you have Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, and then you have an Ultra Instinct Goku on your team, and then you have like a Beerus and a Whis. Are you guys going crazy? Or are you thinking about the different point totals that you're going to have to have? So you're going to have some weaker members on your team and some stronger members on your team. And how are you trying to balance out your teams? Let me know what are some of your lower tier characters that you're excited to play as opposed to the obvious, broken characters that are going to be broken right out of the gate. Jiren, I know, is going to be one of the most expensive players, so maybe he'll get cut from the team for somebody else. I love Hit. I really enjoyed how his moves and his ultimate hits. It just, like, pun intended, it looks incredible. So if I had to sacrifice Hit from the team, maybe I have a team of Hit, Bergamo, Future Trunks, and Future Gohan, and then maybe I have room for like a teen Gohan or someone else on the team as well. But we'll see when the game comes out. You guys will be the first to know. But this is my fantasy draft of my first team that I could see either, if not the first four, all five getting on the team. That would be cool. Anyways, dubious ones, that's gonna do it for this one. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, and I will catch you all in the next one. Dubious ones, deuces. Make way for